Welcome back to Her Rules Radio. This is Alexandra Jameson, your hostess, your life, health, and success mentor. Her Rules Radio is the place to come to help you do the deeply personal work that leads to professional success. I've been a coach and a writer for 19 years. And in that time, I've written 5 books. I've coached thousands of women. I've been on all kinds of media, and I've been all over the world promoting and sharing my work and meeting and teaching different people. But I have a confession to make. I was a copycat coach. There were times in the past I didn't think I had anything interesting or new to say. Okay, scratch that. I did believe I had something to say. I just wasn't saying it. Instead, I was copying others and passing it off as my own work because I was scared. When I first started out as a health coach about 19 years ago, I followed the exact formula set out by the school I attended to market and promote myself as a health coach. And that strategy helped me to engage and support clients, so I stuck with that formula for years. But then it stopped working, and I thought I just needed a new formula to grow my business again. So I started working with my own coach, who trained me in a new formula and system, and I began to see a new burst of growth in clients with my business. And I used that formula for a while, and it started to get harder and harder to find and support new clients. Was it me? I tend to get bored with systems and formula. I always want to be iterating and changing and creating. So I have to wonder if my diminishing lack of enthusiasm and success caused the decrease in clients. Or was it the system? Was the system or the formula just not working? So I pinballed from coach to coach, system to system, learning new formulas, trying new things. And that's when I realized I was copying other coaches, not just the coaches I was working with, but other coaches who put out newsletters I read, writers who wrote books I loved, and more. It didn't feel good to see that. And it wasn't very successful either. They say that imitation is the highest form of flattery, but when I imitated or copied other coaches, either their style or their voice, I heard this nagging voice in the back of my mind. And that voice said, "You're copying someone else. You don't really have anything original to say. Isn't that true? And if it's not yours, then what good is it? You're just a poor imitation of someone else. Might as well give up. You're going to get caught and called out. Better not get too big or people will notice you're a fraud." It felt gross. I hated hearing that voice and the way that it made me feel. And the impact of this voice, this bitch brain, also known as imposter syndrome, the inner critic, resistance. The impact of this voice was that I didn't grow as big as I said I wanted to. My passion for my work was dampened by this fear of being found out. And my impact on the world, helping women grow into their best versions and create abundant, satisfying lives, was smaller than I dreamed it could be. And I got called out for my imitation a couple times. And when I got called out, I immediately took steps to rectify the problem. I took down a sales page and rewrote it. I redesigned a graphic with new colors and words. I apologized. But the real work was in seeing that I was not facing my fear. The fear of putting out my real work, my real ideas, my true voice, and possibly having it ignored or criticized or not making an impact with it at all. In the hard work of becoming yourself and building an abundant, successful body of work, and clearly presenting your vision in teaching or work or art, you will have to face the voice that says your work isn't good enough. And it may keep you quiet and not working at your fullest capacity. It might cause you to copy paste someone else's work and not give them credit. It may even cause you to close up shop and stop pursuing your dream if you let it. It's a dance to create who you are using the inspiration and education you've acquired and not simply copy someone else who inspires you. The truth is, even the greatest masters learn from someone and often copy the work of other creatives to learn technique. When we learn how to cook, we use other people's recipes. When we learn how to play music, we start by playing other people's songs. When we start a business, we follow tested models that have worked for others. But at some point, we reach a place in our work, in ourselves, where we get this itch to create our own unique way of doing it. At some point, it becomes necessary for our growth and our satisfaction with ourselves, with the work. My own successful cleanse programs, the most successful programs I ran, which made tens of thousands of dollars, came after I fused traditional detox practices, which many, many people were teaching, with positive psychology mindset work. And my private coaching has become highly sought after ever since I started integrating dance and art and creative writing techniques to the personal work of professional success. And to become a unique or authentic teacher, artist, coach, healer, we have to learn how to filter all of our influences through our unique lens of personal experience and vision. To create something unique and magnetic, healing and useful, we have to bravely do the work and risk getting it wrong. My own work and drive to create is really fueled in part by this desire to be original and fuse all of the truths and the tools together. Your work or your art or services are a tapestry of all the experiences and education that you have sewn together and woven together in real time, always evolving. You are a tapestry. You are a coat of many colors, not a copy-paste meme. Now, in a few weeks, I'll be opening applications for the Creatrix 2020 mentorship. This is a 10-month small group coaching program that contains group and private coaching and an incredible retreat here in New York City. So if you want to have first access to the application process, I want you to go on over to my website, either herrulesradio.com or alexandrajameson.com, and sign up for my newsletter so that you can get the first details and apply for the Creatrix 2020 coaching and mentorship program. Have a beautiful week, and don't be afraid to show who you really are. See you back here next week.